To the citizens of Atlanta. I'm joined by our Chief Operating Officer, LaShondra Burks, as well as the Assistant Chief of the Atlanta Police Department. Give you some information that we currently know, give clarity to the situation of what transpired this morning on I-75 southbound, some information we cannot provide because this is still a very active, ongoing investigation, the criminal portion of which is being led by the Georgia Bureau of Investigation. But at 1:12 this morning, we were dispatched to I-75 southbound right before the Cleveland Avenue overpass. We were dispatched a report of an individual that had been stabbed on a Greyhound bus. That was the initial information that was given to us. When the officers arrived on scene, they encountered a white male armed with a knife. This individual was 39 years of age. We're not releasing his name at this particular time. What then played out was a protracted effort to de-escalate the situation. Officers were using verbal commands. They attempted multiple less lethal options, including taser and pepper spray, to try to disarm the individual. And while this was playing out, the individual was in lanes of traffic, armed with a knife within feet of travelers that were trying to move through the area. And this was a very dangerous situation. The officers maintained contact with the individual, continued the effort to de-escalate, continued the effort to use multiple less lethal force options to be able to resolve the situation. This individual left the southbound lanes of I-75, went onto the access ramp of Route 166, and continued to act in a very erratic manner, continued to be armed with the knife, and continued to refuse the directions, or to ignore the directions of the officers to drop the knife. When the individual began to move toward the officers in an aggressive manner, officers discharged their weapons. Once that was done, the officers immediately rendered aid. That aid on scene was continued by Grady EMS. The individual was transported to Grady Hospital. Unfortunately, he has died of his injuries. And we do want to extend this morning our condolences to the family that will be learning this news shortly. This is never the outcome the Atlanta Police Department wants. We want there to be safe and peaceful resolutions to all these encounters. And I think the actions of the officers from the time that they were dispatched until weapons had to be discharged shows that that was not their desire either. I want to commend those officers because I had had the opportunity to watch them place themselves in danger, leave the safety of the roadway, enter into moving cars to try to disarm this individual who at any moment could have opened a door of vehicles were stopped at that location. And so I have not identified the officers at this moment. I believe the citizens of this city would be very proud of their police department for the actions that was done to try to, A, disarm an individual and bring about a peaceful resolution, and then also to make sure that no citizens of this city or anyone traveling through our city were harmed this morning. And I'm very thankful that none of those officers or no traveling members of the public were injured. All traffic is now moving on the southbound lanes, and so for those citizens that were inconvenienced, we apologize for that and thank them for remaining patient till we collected vital evidence. We hope soon the access ramp of Route 166 onto the southbound lanes will soon be open as well. This is an ongoing investigation. I provided you information from our administrative review, and obviously the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will provide information from their criminal investigation as well. So open for any questions that you all may have that I can answer at this time.
We'll just go down the row, starting here.
You mentioned this individual was acting erratically. Was it apparent at all to the officers before they discharged their weapons that he may be having some sort of mental health episode, or was it not clear as they were engaging him that that was taking place?
We're not clear if he was having a mental health episode or if there was substances that were influencing his behavior. It was very erratic. We are now reviewing video that was provided to us by passengers on the bus. This individual did board the bus here in Atlanta. We don't know yet if that was a transfer onto that bus from the area. He is not a city resident, so we've had no previous contact with this individual by the Atlanta Police Department. That bus was en route to Florida, and those individuals have now continued that journey after they've been interviewed, and we've obtained evidence from the passengers, which has been provided, and we are appreciative of that. Gives us clarity of what was transpiring on the bus. I cannot release that at this moment. The individual that was stabbed in the hand, and he was able to be treated on scene and opted not to go to the hospital but continue on his journey to the state of Florida.
How long was this whole interaction between police and this suspect?
It was about 4 to 5 minutes that we were engaging him.
Was he traveling alone?
It appears so at this time, yes.
Was he already off the bus when police engaged him, or did police get onto the bus?
He had exited the bus and was outside the bus when we encountered him.
Running through traffic?
He began running through traffic, yes.
Do you know if the bus driver pulled over and asked him to get off? Like, how did they come?
Don't know yet. We'll have clarity as the day progresses of how that transpired. And it's certainly something that the Georgia Bureau of Investigation will be looking into and will be assisting in that as well.
Is there any footage on the bus that you're reviewing as well? Cameras on that vehicle at all?
We have citizen-provided footage that we're reviewing.
Do you know how many people were on the bus?
Do not. Do not.
Just one officer that fired their weapon?
No, at this time, 5 officers discharged their weapon. All right.
If there are no other questions, thank you, and stay tuned to our website. Stay tuned to our website for any updates they have been posted. Thank you.
All right. Thank you all very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you,
Appreciate
sir.
All right.